Hey, what's up, y'all? So, good day to everybody. Just something I wanted to share really, really quick. And maybe I'm trying to share it so that I can stop thinking about it. Maybe I'm sharing it in an effort to shake it. I think that's one of the reasons that in many cases we go on social media too often and too soon about things that we probably shouldn't be on social media about. What's up, Chevis? Um, but I'm sharing this because I think it'll benefit somebody else, but I'm also sharing it to try to shake it. So this past Sunday, I started a series of messages, series of teaching entitled "Love." What's up, D? Um, I started this message series entitled "Love, Freedom, and Power," and hey Pam, I was teaching out of John 11, the whole when Lazarus dies thing. And I was making this point that I can't shake, and maybe this would encourage someone and or at least enlighten someone. I was making this point that although Mary and Martha loved Lazarus, that was their brother, and Jesus loved Lazarus. That was his friend. But I was making this point that although his family and his friends loved him, he still died. And he died because it was a part of the purpose and plan for God. Of course, Jesus is going to come and resurrect him. And so I made this point that you can't love a person out of God's plan for their life. And sometimes, as a family or a friend, you're watching people go through stuff that is hard to watch. You're watching people go through sickness and it's like, man, it's tough watching them go through this. You're watching people go through the repercussions of their own bad decisions. And you're trying to rescue them out of bad decisions and all of that. And you're seeing it take them down, but they've got to go through what they're going through. And not that everything negative is that we go through is God's plan, but sometimes it is. And it's tough to watch people go through something you don't want them to go through. And you figure if you love them enough and you care for them enough and you pray for them enough and and they still got to go through it. And that's tough. And that's tough. And so I want to jump on here really, really quick and at least say that that your love for the people that you love doesn't always stop them from going through what they got to go through. Because what they go through is God's plan for them. And he is making them and he is developing them and he is shaping them and he is bringing them into another space. What's up, BVF? He's bringing them to another space, but you got to watch it. And you hate watching your loved one in pain. You hate, and you're like, God, I don't understand. I love them. I tried to care for them. I tried to do this. I love them. I don't understand. And here's the other thing that I've learned, that there is a difference between I don't understand and I don't want to accept. A lot of times when we argue and debate with people and they're like, well, I don't understand this and I don't understand. They understand. They just don't accept it. And so it's difficult in many cases when we think that if we love people enough, it'll stop them from going through the stuff that we hate watching them go through. But sometimes, man, love hurts in that sense. Mary, Martha, and Jesus loved Lazarus, but it didn't stop him from having to go through what he had to go through. And interesting thing about Mary and Martha is that he was sick first and then he died. So they had to watch him go from sickness, illness to death. They had to watch him die, even though they loved him. And so you can't, uh, sometimes you can't love all the hurt away. Sometimes you can't love all the pain away. And you just got to watch people go through their process, even though you wish um, that you could love them out of it. That was the simple thing on one of the simple points on Sunday. My love does not stop God from taking my loved ones through their process. And I'll be honest with you, I hate watching it sometimes. I hate watching it. And it's just one of those things that it's now Tuesday and I still can't shake that point from that message on Sunday. Because some things, let's be honest, uh, Shannon, we know this for truth as preachers. Some things are easier to preach than they are to have to live through. So keep loving the people that you love, but understand that they're still going to have to go through their process. And your love for them does not stop God from processing them. And you're praying, God, let it stop. Whether it's a sickness, whether they're in a season of bad decisions, whatever it is, you have to love them and have to watch it. And that's tough. That's tough. Y'all have a powerful day. I hope that little bit at least gives you some insight that you can live with. Holla.